All right. What's up, everyone? Good day, good afternoon. Happy May 12th, is it? I hope so. Thanks for coming through. I see some of you coming in. I see Jane. What's Jane? How you doing? Can you see me now? Victoria will be on her way. And everyone, it was her birthday yesterday. So we'll have to sing her a big happy birthday when she gets here. But as she does, I'll go ahead and I'll just play a little video from back in the day and uh and then we'll welcome her when the video is done. All right, y'all, here we go. Come and cruise with me, life's a melody. Let's see what there is to see. It's about 2:45, and life's great when you're with me. So let's go dance with destiny. Dance with destiny, 'cause it's meant to be. You and me. Dance with destiny, 'cause it's meant to be. You and me. The weather is so fine, smells of the sweetest kind, like honeysuckles. Put flowers in your hair, smiles come from everywhere. Butterflies are in the air. Dance with destiny, 'cause it's meant to be. You and me. Dance with destiny, 'cause it's meant to be. You and me. Free, free, baby, all beauty. When it's you I have around, with all the joy when you sing with me. I was lost, now I am found. I am found. Dance with destiny, 'cause it's meant to be. You and me. All right. And there she
What?
is,
What's up? How's it going?
Victoria. It was a big day yesterday.
It was a big day. It was
Hey,
my
girl.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Victoria.
Thank you.
Gosh, I'll admit it to the world. I totally, I forgot. Happy birthday.
It's okay. I didn't expect you. It's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't make a big deal of it usually. I'm just like,
Birthdays are so special.
every day is a special day. No, but it was great. It was a perfect day and I didn't die yet.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Celebrate.
I did it. I'm still here. Good job.
Yeah. How
I'm
did you how did you celebrate? How does Victoria Renee celebrate her birthday?
Well,
What can you tell us?
what can I tell you? I had the best day. I got, a massage and I
Oh, the
just
pamper
spent
part.
time. Yeah, so I needed that. It was just I got my house done. I got we had a cleaning service person come and like so my house was just like not I just don't have time all the time to do everything,
Right, right.
So and that's just like, thank you for taking that off my shoulders, and then just like hanging out with my husband and we just like talked and just it was the best. We took our dog out for like a really long walk and it was like super chill, but just like I don't know how to explain it. It was just the best day. Like he woke me up with like a little birthday cake thingy, not like a huge thing because I don't he doesn't eat cake. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna eat it by myself.
of
And
course.
it was he's so cute about making birthdays, special. And it was just everything.
Yeah,
I
Link's
love
great.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear you have birthday. Sammy's wishing you a happy birthday. James
Thank you,
wishing you a happy
Sammy.
birthday. Happy
Thanks,
birthday
Jay.
coming in for you.
Yay.
Oh, that's great. So,
I love
I'm tempted to want to go all out and share happy birthday songs for you and confetti. But listen, happy birthday.
Yeah.
You lost a better place because you're here. You're born.
Oh,
So,
Samir, you're
yeah,
so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I feel really good. Like sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes when it's your birthday, you try to like take inventory of your life and like, where are we at? Let's check in with ourselves. And I did do that, but I also was just like, don't. Like, you don't have to figure everything out. Like, you're doing good. Like
yeah, yeah.
you're here and you're doing the things that like you love doing and like I feel very whole right now,
Hey,
and
that's
that's
it.
big.
That's huge. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, I've had I talk a lot. I love to talk to people, and I'm always kind of like, just listening. And like the elder ones for sure, all about like, man, just being whole is like what it's about. If you can do that, you're kind of winning. Like
Yeah,
that's everything else is everything else. But there's like core fundamental things that like we strive towards. And if you got those things going, you got a good partner, and you
it.
have an avenue to get creatively out, and you're being recognized. All those things are great.
Yeah, it is great. Honestly, it feels like I'm really enjoying the process right now, and I
Mhm.
just kind of let go of. I would get in this habit of, honestly, the reason why it's good for me to have somebody come in and like clean sometimes it's just I would hide behind perfectionism and
Yeah.
I would avoid doing the things that actually matter to me by like which is really just, fear tied up in a bow. And it's so for me to be able to just like I'm able to prioritize better than I let go of trying to control things and when I did that, I feel like my life changed.
Hmm.
I just got uh everything I just started like allowing things to happen and it just I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like magic, but it's not. It's
Yeah.
just chill, just trust the process. And
Right.
now I'm like enjoying the process so much. And my relationship is better than it's ever been. My career, like everything just feel and my friends, like I just feel very whole right now. And I'm really grateful for the people that I have in my life and for you, for my friends, for like my husband for just this is a really good time in my life.
Yeah.
I'm really happy. I'm really enjoying making music. Like I'm excited for our writing session.
Oh, yes. I've been
Yeah.
doing up all week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I
Stoked.
mean, I love it, just because it feels like, with each passing year, we kind of like get, we learn to get out of our own way a little bit more
Right.
each year. And
Yeah.
then it all starts to kind of like come together. I love that
Yeah.
this birthday for you rolled around and
Yeah.
it's all, giving you a chance to like see
Yeah.
where you're at,
Yeah,
and
we overthink things sometimes, man. You don't
why,
have to figure anything out. You don't have to figure everything out all the time right now. Like we put too much pressure on ourselves. I
yeah,
do.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
I'll speak for myself, but
No, no, we do. Sammy's agreeing. She's saying the same thing, like, that it's just slow down and just appreciate what you got and just one day,
yeah.
you know, and bring it
Yeah.
all. Yeah, so we do have writing sessions. There's a lot to talk to you about.
I know.
I have been very lit up about that too because I know you have a lot going on. So, maybe this is off the record or we could talk about it later, but I'm curious about 4 years. So you have a record coming, you're signed to a label. What's the name of the label?
Sound of LA.
Sound of LA. All right, there you go,
Yeah.
girl. I love it. And
Yeah.
you guys are working on, getting you produced and up and out the gates. Do you have any timeline when you're ready to record, like release any of these new records,
It's
or is it up in
we're
the air? Like,
working on it. It's supposed to be out by the end of the summer. Right now I'm like I hope it's going to be done, but I don't know if it is. So I might we'll see what happens.
okay,
I'm right
cool.
now I'm writing so much
Yeah.
and I think I'm not trying to worry so much about that as much as I am trying to get the right cohesive songs that fit with like the production part and
Yeah.
just the melody and the lyrics. Easy, I can do that all day. Getting the production behind it and like going back and forth with new people,
Mm-hmm.
that process has been really fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I find that I really love this and I love this about this, and then but this does this make sense with this?
Right.
And then just like picking out which songs that we've done that I like the most that makes sense for what this album is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm I appreciate that moment. In the past, I've rushed through records where I was like, I just got to release it. I have to get it out. But really, hindsight, I would have loved a little bit more attention at this time that you're in. We're like, no, like really
Huh?
put, you know, think it through, you know,
Yeah.
and
Don't
tie it together and craft it until you're ready to like. I mean, don't be perfectionist about it either. Don't overthink it. All those things. But think
that,
about it. But think
that's
about
it.
it. Yeah.
That's exactly I'm so glad you said that because I feel like there's two sides to this, right? There's the side where like, okay, there's the Victoria who wants to hold on to things so tightly because I get precious with my art.
You
That's
should.
not that's not a good place to be, right?
Mhm.
You don't want to you have to release things. But you also don't just want to throw things out there that aren't you or that's not like a good representation of what
Yeah.
you do or who you are as an artist. There's like a line there, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm finding that balance. Like there's been times when I just throw out records because I'm like, I'm supposed to be releasing things. This is what I do because that's what the formula is now. We have to release once a month. And it's just like,
Right.
stop banging out all these records that are just saying nothing, that are meaningless, and you didn't really put much thought or heart into it. And sometimes that's not to say like there's some songs that just come to you organically and they're easy and they're good,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
then there's the stuff that you're like you overthink, and if
Right.
it's not working, it's just not working.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes just do start a new thing
And like and release what works.
and
You know,
release
like
what
don't
works.
release if it's not working, don't
Yeah,
release it just because you have to.
yeah, don't release
And
stuff
that
that should be releasing it. Like I
I
feel
know.
like the industry's so saturated right now with people that are like, especially during, and I love this. I love that people like spent COVID like developing their skills and like, but there's been such an oversaturation of just music that's just sound.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
To
just noise. And like,
and yeah.
you know, I'm working the balance on. I've been, I've released stuff that wasn't ready to be released
Yeah.
before. I have.
Me too.
And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm not precious with my stuff. I'm not gonna like hold on to it. Like that's ridiculous. There's not, I feel like we always wait for the perfect time and the perfect moment and the perfect, like, you don't, what if that doesn't happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you just gotta like allow the process, like just trust it. Like this feels right to be released right now, And then it's different with an album because I've released singles before, but I've never released an album. So it's a different animal.
Okay, yeah. No, okay. I've done albums and it's like I've been more of like the album train and now more on like the singles because that's the tempo today. But I've put songs on records. I'm like, oh, maybe they should have been on it, And like and I've watched, Quincy Jones was saying something like it was something that he said that made me like that really delivered the lesson. Like if you're not 100% behind it, don't put it out because it's your name, it's your legacy. Like nothing else is worth it.
I know.
So.
That's so true. Like I am so ashamed to say this. I've actually like I have released songs that were like not really mixed. Like not really. What are you doing? You can't just release songs that aren't mixed. What are you talking about?
But then there's this. So think about this though. There's another thing, like there's a 1 to 10, right? 1 being like terrible and 10 being like incredible. Even if you release like a 7, it's like it's 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 enough for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like the 8s, 9s, the 10s aren't going to be, oh my gosh, I think that's a little bit too much reverb. They could have EQ'd that a little bit better. That's not compressed enough. Like most people would be like, hey, I like the vibe, I like the words, I like the melody, and it's good enough, and it serves them. So we also have to remember that, like
that's true. That's so true. Yeah. It's just I feel like that was a learning process for me because it was one of those times where I'm like, forget it, just release it, just do it. And I did need to do that, but also I didn't have the budget because I was an indie artist.
right.
I just didn't have the money. I
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
like it costs money to get things it costs money to do all of these things. And I'm like, the perfect moment might not come. I'm just gonna do it. It's good enough. Fine, forget it.
Yeah.
Just go. That was just me, like, just jumping off and trusting the universe.
Yeah.
Thank God, but actually it paid off for me because that song that's like not mixed really, was kind of a big part of me getting other jobs. Like people heard me do that song and they were like, that's a banger. Even it's not mixed, but and they hired me for movie. Like honestly, like Monster.
Yeah. Oh,
Monster's not really mixed like that.
really?
And yeah, after I performed that song, I met Scott and he, cast me as the lead in his musical. And he was just like, that's a 1 listen song. And I'm like, oh man, thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes it doesn't matter as much as you think,
Yeah, totally.
It's like, if it sounds good.
And if you got to let it out. Like I remember, man, when I got into this music thing, first of all, music for me called me. Like I have been a servant to that calling since I was a kid, since I was young. And like a part of that was like getting the first record out, which I mean like album, like only after I released my first 12 songs that I feel like, okay, now I can start to move, like a momentum started to occur in terms of my creativity that was like, only because I pushed it, got these things out of the way. So like, the same time, holding on to it can block a necessary flow. And you don't know where to lead you. You put that Monster song out, you get picked up for a lead role on stage, and so the story continues. So not overthinking it, but
I mean,
flow, keeping it moving is important.
Just keeping it's like water. Like if you a whole, if it's a dam, the water's stagnant and it's not moving,
Yeah.
this is a good way of thinking about money too.
Yeah.
If it's not anything, if it's not moving and it's stagnated, it's going to become diseased,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And too much water is like, well, now you're tearing everything down. You're
Yeah.
monsooning us. Calm down,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not balance either. You're going to get rid of all the water. What are you do? What's happening? And, but like, just like a good flow is healthy,
Right.
right?
Sure, absolutely. And I love that metaphor with water. I mean, I think about it a lot. And I think you're right on the money with it. You know, it's just like, you gotta move it around, let it move,
Yeah.
bend when you need to, you know, and
You have to know that the flow is always coming, right? There's a never ending source.
yeah.
And it's like, but there's some sort of like a limiting belief in our minds, I think, where we're like, there is a pie and there is this many pieces. Like we can't comprehend infinite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's hard to understand that like there is not a piece of, let's take lemonade, right? Like, okay, the glass isn't half full or half empty. Maybe it's half full, maybe it's half empty. It doesn't matter. There's a pitcher over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
just fill it up. It constantly fills up. Just
right.
trust that there's more and trust that there's enough. And you're not being a hog for taking too much of it. There's no cap.
Yeah, yeah, there's no cap. Everybody can take. It's
The
true.
money is
I know that
creativity.
we connect on this,
Yeah.
and boy, could we have conversations on this area that we're kind of moving into here in
Yeah.
terms of the abundance of the universe really, and how as artists we learn to like tap into it and work through it, you know uh
Yeah.
and you're right, it's ever flowing, it's like I kind of feel like it's it's like clouds keep moving, and as artists we have ideas and our job is to grab them when we can, but then they're going to
Yeah.
keep going. If you miss it, it's all right. There'll be more today, tomorrow, later. It just
Yeah.
keeps moving.
Yeah. I mean, it's an endless well.
Yeah, and this well.
You just have to tap into it. That's all.
Yeah.
And like you're trying, when it feels like too much effort, like stop, let go, come back,
Yeah.
come back to it,
Yeah, totally, totally.
you don't have to force things. It just, you allow it. That's been like a big thing for me lately, is just like trusting the process and just
Mhm.
allowing things to happen. It really is like, it's kind of a game changer.
Isn't it?
It's a spiritual practice. It
It's
really
just,
is.
yeah, I mean, which at the end of the day, it's what it's all about. It all comes down to it. Whether
Yeah.
we admit it when we're young or when we're older, typically it's by the time we've banged our head into the walls too many times, we figure this out, but like at the end of the day,
Yes.
it is like a harmony with everything around us, so like
100%. Like I'll give you like an example. Like when I was a kid, and I started singing, I wasn't trying to I wasn't thinking about, these are what my goals are. I'm going to make this much money doing music, and I'm going to sign to this label at this time. Or like, I wasn't thinking about the business aspect of music at all. I
mhm,
just wanted to sing.
mhm, mhm.
That was my immediate gratification,
Right.
right?
Mhm,
And so, like, when I just would sing, and it was free, and I was doing it because I just loved doing it.
mhm.
My career happened so easy.
Yeah.
It was a domino. I didn't have to try. It was just opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And when I moved to LA initially, I kind of messed that up.
You put a
tried to
lot of pressure on yourself.
I tried to effort it, and
You
it doesn't work like
know,
that. Like you can't force it like that. You got to go back to the why.
yeah,
Why do
yeah,
you do
yeah.
it to begin with? Is singing. I just feels good to sing. And I was talking to, a friend. I'm this is gonna come out harsh. And I don't mean it this way, but it's I do mean it this way. I don't mean it in a harsh way, but like I have a friend who, says she wants to be a singer. And I'm like, love this. Okay, great. I can, help you because I coach too,
Mhm.
voice. And, I give her, vocal exercises that are fit for her voice, for her range and what she needs to work on. And then, come back and she's like, yeah, I didn't do them because I was busy. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But what I realized, and that's all the time. And I'm like, for sure, but you don't want to be a singer then.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You want to be famous, because if you wanted to be a singer, you would want to do the exercises.
Right.
Because that's what you have to do to be a singer.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
To be able to like have that control over your voice.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what you want. You just want to be famous, and that's fine. But there's a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a difference between people who like what your why is.
Mm-hmm.
Like why some people. I was listening to this inspirational, like, I don't know, probably TikTok or something, or Instagram video that that Link sent me. And it was like talking about the greatest athletes, right? It was like Kobe, Jordan, other people. They were just talking about what their mindset is that makes them different from other people, why they're the GOAT, right?
Right.
And some of the things that they were saying was like they compete against themselves. And I was like, yeah, that's it. Like there's a lot more to it, but like just diving into that section of it, like I remember being like, no one told, like, okay, I could have gone to voice class, and then I had talent to be able to, like, I was gifted with like a control, but that doesn't mean anything at all. That can go away. You have to keep using it. Your voice is an instrument, and if you don't stretch it, and if you don't vocalize, you can lose it.
Oh yes, I know that.
You can lose it.
Way.
But you can get it back too.
I got it back. Yeah, I got it back. But
yeah.
But it's true. I mean, you can lose it. So yeah, to your point.
You can lose it. And so like that's not enough. It's just being gifted. Now you have to like hone your craft, right? Like you're like, okay, I can do this. I love this. I'm good at this. Like, how do I worked on my craft, and then I went to voice class, and I could have just gone to voice class for an hour once a week and done nothing else.
Right.
But that's not how you become great at something or good at it, even really. Mm-hmm. You have to then I started doing my voice exercises, like after class, and like you have to do those in between every day. And, and then I got competitive with myself, and I'm like, oh, like I would get so frustrated, and I didn't want to just do it right. I wanted to do it perfect. Practice makes perfect. Mm-hmm. A little drill sergeant-y. Yeah. Like I said, the perfectionism is not balance either. But right. And that's so hard because you can never be perfect as a vocal. Like I'm not a perfect vocalist at all. Like there's places where I'm like, what was that? No, that's not any scale at all. Yeah. But the point is that like I've wanted to develop those skills, and then I would compete with myself in the mirror, like, because that's where you do your vocal exercises. You can watch yourself. And I was like, I'm not gonna like, I was like, can I do this scale faster? Ascending, descending, Yeah. And then and just like competing with myself. And then that way, that's what the obsession is. I wasn't about being better than other people. I'm not even thinking about other people. Yeah. I just want to be able to do that run.
Better than you did the day before.
Yeah. That's it. Just be better than you were yesterday, and strive for perfection, knowing it's unobtainable.
Yeah, and even knowing on that point, knowing that it's unattainable, and two, if it were, and I read this morning, that you'd be bored. It'd be so boring if you could, like if you could hit that perfection mark, whatever that non-existent reality is, then you'd be bored. And I remember, yeah.
Yeah. Music is so weird because it's like subjective and objective. Because like it's not like acting where it's like there are preferences and maybe better choices. Like you can sing wrong,
Right.
But it's interesting. Like Link and I were having a whole conversation about that last night.
That's it. I mean, and that's good. I think you're exactly on the right side of that idea, because I've seen people be the first ones to say who have made it because of their ethic, not because of their skill, and they're like,
Yes,
"Yo,
it's the
I'm not the
discipline.
most talented person out there,
Yeah,
but I work harder than anybody out there."
that's it.
And,
I'm not
like,
the
I
best
mean,
yeah. There are other people that have vocals that are way better, but it's just being the best of you. I Samir, you're the best. I love you. Well, but also, and then the problem with that, it's a good mindset for bettering yourself, but also I could get like a little psycho with it, like
yeah,
I'm just like, yo, chill, it's fine. And
I'm a
then
little
you
OCD with
also have to balance not being too doctrine about everything because you can lose feeling. You can
yeah,
overtrain. You
right,
can,
yeah, sure, I believe.
you get all the tools, develop it, and then let go and just trust the feeling.
Yes, oh
No,
man,
don't think about any of the training. You need to have it trained like so deeply in you that
right,
you're not thinking about that. Your tongue is naturally forward against your teeth. Your eyebrows are up, your cheeks are raised. You know how to stand, you know how to contract your
yeah,
diaphragm. And now that's not a thought. You just feel it. And that's the balance that I've been working on because there was a point where I got too doctrine about
mm,
things and I could sing the notes right, but I was lacking I wasn't present,
right.
like all the time. And now I feel like I've figured this out. And that's the fun thing about it is I was like, there's no cap. You can
Yeah.
keep getting better forever.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah,
It's the
absolutely.
best.
Totally is the best. And I love it. Yeah, it's great, Victoria, because like you're resonating with, I'm forever a student, right? Whatever I
Yeah.
can do well, great. But I'm always learning and I'm always trying to be the dumbest guy in the room, like really like just trying to keep it like, because there's a lot and I've had some take me under and
Mhm.
and drop some wisdom on it. And like they end up saying like and through the training it gets to where the feeling is the most important as a performer, as a musician.
Yes.
It's like actually it's the feeling that is the most important part of the entire experience. And so like you coming to that, and saying that now it's like you put the skills, the tools to get you there, but now you're like latching onto the feeling and to think
Yes.
about it, but not, yeah, it's like resonating really well with other conversations that I've had that at a high level of musicianship, like that it's the
Mhm.
feeling that really runs the magic.
Yeah. Okay. Going back to the thing that we were been talking about this whole time, which is about allowing, right? Like I was thinking, live. I was I came from live
Hmm.
performances and in that instance I was focusing so hard on being pitch perfect because you don't want to hit a bad note live. That's embarrassing.
Yeah,
It does happen sometimes and and then I was like, oh, so I was trying to control it so much. But then something happened when I started playing with live instrument like I think even with you when we were playing live, you don't when you feel it, the notes come out better anyway.
yeah.
So you got to trust it, like allow that to happen. You don't have to like control everything so much,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
you know?
I do.
Yeah,
And
and that's what I love about playing with you is like instead of a track because I was very much like I played with tracks and it missed that living breathing freedom organism of like
Mhm.
the chemistry of the music, right? And
Yeah,
I follow your lead and
so-
you follow me and we don't have to talk about it, we just know because we're
yeah,
just present in it. And
yeah.
I don't have that when I have a track and I don't think I can go back, to be honest.
Mm,
I don't think I can go back because I mean, my whole life I've worked with tracks. Like
right.
all my performances were tracks.
Hmm.
And after performing with you, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah,
I want Samir on stage with me,
yeah, yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's a
It's
different
back to
thing.
that feeling, isn't it? Because like it's totally mutual, and I appreciate that a lot. And
Mhm.
and it like even when you were just talking about how when we were performing live last, like I wanted to like get there right away again because it's such a good feeling, like it's fresh, it's live, it's kind of unpredictable, but it's not. It's like living and breathing, and there's just such a beautiful element to that. That even when you have the people listening, and like then it becomes even more amazing.
Oh, yeah, that's the best, right? And now I'm feeding off of you, you're feeding off of me, we're feeding off of them, they're feeding off of us, and we
Yeah,
all feel the same thing at the same time. It's the most I have goosebumps talking
yeah,
about it.
that's more
I'm
memory,
such a
Yeah,
geek, but it's not geeky, whatever, it's awesome.
that's why we're here. We love it. We
Yeah,
love
I mean, how cool is it to be able to, like, take a room full of people and just everybody at the same time feeling the same thing
Yeah.
together, like the level of connection,
Mm-hmm.
and we need that,
Yep.
man. We need connection so bad, and I don't mean just like connecting with strangers on, Instagram, like we need that too, but there's something different when you're all in the room together and you guys are all there's some sort of like a chemical exchange
Mm-hmm.
that happens where that's like almost a form of sorcery, right? We're like everybody's elevating at the same time. We all feel it together. Like
Right,
that's so
right.
cool. We need that connection.
Totally. That's and I can't wait to do that again.
I know.
Um, yeah. Well, I love it, and
Really? Thank you.
yeah.
I'm over here too.
Um,
Any
so
questions?
yeah. Any questions that we have? Yeah. Feel free if anybody has a question, drop one in.
Yeah.
We're just rapping. We got so many things we could talk about. We could
I
also talk
know.
about anything. So what you guys
Right?
anything? We have Sammy saying, if you want to do something, you got to work at it and
Yeah.
practice and strive to better yourself.
Yeah.
Set yourself goals and work toward it all the time. The greatest people work on it, work at it to reach their goals.
That's it.
Yeah.
It really all comes down to I don't who said this? I don't remember. Joseph Campbell?
Love them.
Just follow your bliss.
Follow your bliss. Yeah.
Really, it's like we can like overthink things so much. It really just comes down to following your bliss. Like you liked learning how to control your voice because you wanted to become better,
Right. Right.
right? Um and then why but then go back to the why are you
Yeah.
doing it, and then just feel it in the moment. And then you ever go on stage sometimes? Like I remember practicing this ad lib where I was going to do this. I think I was singing A Better Tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to do this like really high belt for the live, and I'm just like, nope, there's not a chance, can't do it. I wanted to, and I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, forget it, just sing the normal lead and let it go. And when I was on stage, I don't know what happened, but I hit it so effortlessly. Like I didn't even think about it. It was easy.
Right.
Like, it's amazing how our brains do that. Adrenaline really too,
Mm-hmm.
like we just can you'd be surprised what you're capable of. If you just like chill out.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
I
yeah.
need to chill out. I'm like the most hyper person, but
Well, you and me both. I mean, I feel like this week, when I was like earlier this week, I was like so jazzed in the space of like creating and producing and like, and we got a lot of things going on. So like I can get very, very, very excited too. I'm glad to be on a calmer note today. But yeah, I know it's all right. It's a good energy. It's like, I think, yeah, I love that we're talking about what it is to be a creative, right? And how we have to navigate ourselves, the ego, the non-ego, the inspiration, the creative sparks that we like to talk about, when they come and allowing them to happen, but then how much attention do you give to it? Like, so yeah, what it is to be creative it's quite the path, and
it's so interesting. It's so fun.
yeah. But Joseph Campbell's a great one, following your bliss, just,
Mhm.
and going back to the why. And what I love about it, for me, it's the adventure, right? Like it's so adventurous. I don't know what's around the bend. I can only see the one melody I'm putting down, and then somebody else comes in, or I'll even come in on another instrument, and it will unfold yet another melody that I didn't hear until it came, and then it changes the entire
Oh
projection where all
yeah.
the things go.
Isn't
And
that the best?
yeah, it's I mean, time stops. It just, I get into a space, and it's a lot of fun. A
Yeah,
lot. Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, just to
I
say,
was I was just gonna say that, like, that's how you know that you're doing the right thing, right? What's the thing that you do that makes you lose track of time?
yeah, that's true.
What's that? What is that thing?
Yeah,
Right? So like
it's
for me,
that's your
I can
zone.
come in the I'll go in the booth. Now granted, can you see what's happening here? I'm like, it's a booth. Like I'm in a little small room, but like I could be in here for what I feel like is 30 minutes, and I'll look at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, I've been in here for 6 hours.
Yeah, yeah,
Not kidding, like 6 hours.
yeah, yeah. No, not kidding.
Not normal. And I'm like, oh, I love this.
Love
Like,
this space. Yeah,
I love it. I
yeah.
love creating. I love when you walk into a room and with people that you admire and are great at what they do, and you have what you have and you have what you have.
Mhm.
We've done this.
Yeah,
And then there was nothing there, and then you walk out singing a song that didn't exist before an hour ago or however long
yeah,
it took
yeah.
you to write this.
I feel like the first time it happened is like we got so into the zone. Like I swear we blinked and it was 3 days. 3 days and gone.
Yes.
And it was like,
Isn't
okay,
that crazy?
yeah. And
It's
that's
the best.
yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. I was so impressed with you in that session. Like
Oh my gosh.
we jumped right into a set, like literally the day after we met. I'm like, come in, and you came to the studio, and we have been making music ever since. Like, I will never forget how you made that little what do you call it thingy?
The capo.
Yeah, I always want to call it a caper. I'm like, no, it's not.
Capo. Yeah.
Capo. Yeah. Yeah, that was so cool. And you just came in with the strongest melodies, and like it was just so sometimes when you write with new people,
Yeah.
oftentimes when you write with new people,
Mhm.
especially when it's no one's written together ever, right?
Yeah.
And you put all of us in a room, there's like a weird little like learning curve of like how many chefs are in the kitchen, or like, you know, like, am I over, I don't want to be overbearing. I have this idea. What is your idea? And like being able to share that. And like sometimes people are nervous because they're like, you know, I don't want to look stupid, but no, that's another thing is I've learned is like it's okay to look stupid.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? No one cares.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times your ego does until your ego gets out of the way,
Yeah. Samir, like I was not that long ago, I mean, maybe 6 years ago, I could not write at all. Like I had such a block. Like I wouldn't even put down ideas in a writing session because I was just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I can't do this. It's like not normal. And to the point where being able to confidently like say what I'm like, what about this? And like, maybe it's completely ridiculous, but like, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, no one cares about that. Like, don't be so self-conscious about things. Just like, let it go.
Yeah, and and surround yourself around people who like bring the best of you out, so that you can like, throw a bad idea on the wall and nobody cares because everybody's throwing bad ideas and good ideas, just letting it go and just like, and bring the best.
Sometimes the bad idea ends up being the thing, and it's not actually a bad idea.
Oh, back to Joseph Campbell, what is it? The cave you fear to enter holds the key to your treasure, or something like that.
Ooh, say it again.
Well, the cave that you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a Joseph Campbell something. I have a question coming in from Sammy. She says, if you could collaborate with anyone, who would it be and why?
Who, me?
I guess both of us, but we'll start with you.
Oh.
Everyone listening, happy birthday to Victoria again.
Oh, guys.
So if you could collaborate with anyone else, who would it be and why?
That's such a good question. Who would it be? Collaborate?
Yeah.
Um, like, okay, like one like Miss what's that? You said his name earlier. Like not Smokey Robinson, but like
Jones?
Jones,
Yeah.
yeah, or Max Martin, or like
Mm-hmm.
those guys are
You were producers.
those are producers,
Yeah, yeah.
and but they're really good at formulating. So like that's one of the things that I need to work on
Mm-hmm.
as a writer is I have an endless amount of melodies. That's not a problem. We can do the lyrics, that's fine, sure. But like the formatting everything, like they
Mm-hmm.
get the formula, and that's something I could learn from.
Mm-hmm.
Also like being able to simplify things that way. Producers. Okay, so artists, oh my god, Celine Dion,
Oh
Kelly
yeah.
Clarkson, um
And
Ari, Ari, why
yeah,
not?
you opened for Ariana Grande, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Why don't you talk to
did.
us about that? That's awesome. How was that experience?
It was wow, it was surreal.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just all happened really fast. That's a crazy story we'll talk about another time.
Okay.
But it was just the best. Like it was such a big crowd. I don't even know. I'll send you pictures. Like I don't even know how many people. I mean, it was all of the people.
Yeah.
Everybody was there.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And it was just I felt so alive.
Yeah.
Like just being like it was the best audience. They were so open, and it's totally different from doing like dinner table shows where people are like talking. They were so into it. Like we had choreography that was heavy choreography, and just the vocals, the sound check, the outfit, like the whole process was just so fun. And
Mhm.
just the interviews afterwards, and just like it was just it was such a high for me. It was
Mhm.
just one of those things, like, and then the crowd singing the songs,
Yeah,
like
getting them to follow the
what?
hooks.
That connection is wild. Like I don't know if they knew the songs before, but then also hearing people like yelling like mine, like that's crazy to me. Like I never thought about that. Like that wasn't. I was just like, oh my god, you guys know that. Like it just felt humbling. It was
Yeah,
humbling.
yeah. That's great. Oh my
You guys
God.
know this?
Yeah,
You know what my name is? Oh my god, this is so weird.
yeah,
They announced it before.
yeah. Oh, that's so much fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like it was the best crowd interaction I think I've ever.
And what city was this in? Was this also in LA?
Palm Springs. Yeah, this was in oh no, it was in Palm Springs. We were at White Party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Palm Springs, and we did
Awesome.
Vegas, and I don't know, we did a bunch of cities. It was so fun. It was just it felt almost like it was fake. Does that
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sense?
yeah, yeah. Like you, like you weren't there, but you were.
Yeah, it was like I'm feeling and watching this thing happen to this other person. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
what a fun time.
yeah.
It was
Out
like,
of body.
yeah, it was like an outer body experience. It was fun. It was also like stressful getting to that point though. Like,
Oh yeah, man. That's a high stakes. You know, a lot of eyes, a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of joy, but there's the pressure to perform. And
yeah.
to be able to connect and elevate. Right? You got to, you end up being like
Yeah.
the crown of it. So like, they're looking at you to be the maestro and turn it
Yeah.
up. And that's awesome.
Just
I'd love to
yeah.
see some footage of that. Did you
Yeah, I have, of course I have footage.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was being able to do heavy like choreography,
Right.
and the vocals, and not like being able to, you don't sacrifice the vocal integrity, you know what I mean? But also don't mark choreography. So when you're doing choreography and you're only doing it like you're like boom cat, as opposed to like boom cat, whatever it is. Hi, thank you. What's my favorite song? I'm on a live here too.
Yeah,
My favorite
cool.
song. I was thinking about this yesterday. I feel like it was I don't know. I like different songs for different moods.
Yeah, different times,
Like,
different parts of the day. My favorite song in the morning is my favorite song.
day.
Yeah.
I had a kind of full circle moment because I was thinking about this. Link and I were talking about it. Celine Dion. I was thinking The Prayer. And I had this full circle moment because I looked up like who wrote this song. And really? Celine too? Her voice is just unbelievable. And I was looking up who wrote this, and it was David Foster. And then I was like, oh my God. Like, I used to write this from like Quest to Camelot. Celine Dion did that with Josh Groban, somebody awesome. It wasn't Josh Groban. And it was for this Disney movie, and the Disney movie was okay, but the song took off. And he was a writer on it, and his wife, who won American Idol and as like hit songs, opened for me in New York. And I'm just like, how did that happen? That doesn't even make sense. But like that's not real. But it was just like, oh my God. Like I used to write these, I used to rewind it because I'm old and like write down the lyrics, which were like wrong because they're Italian, you know? Then and I practiced that song over and over and over again. And I was just like, he and then her and then what? How did?
Yeah. So then that leads me to a question for you, Victoria. Who are your greatest inspirations as a vocalist growing up? I'm gonna guess Celine.
Yeah, Celine. So well, she was just I was a 90s baby, right? So like I grew up well, she did the Beauty and the Beast song, and she did, you know, the Titanic was huge, you know, and that and like but I also loved Britney. I love the performance aspect that Britney brought to the table. And I fell in love with that whole thing. Like Celine, Martina McBride, I think like vocalist wise or just like artists, like
I mean probably vocalist wise, because you know, I would say your primary
love Taylor Swift.
Oh man, Taylor. Dude, she's
Taylor can write it.
She's all over my radar right now. It's ridiculous. I'm all over this Tortured Poets.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm listening to it.
Did you like it? I haven't listened to it yet. Did you listen to Tortured Poets Society? Is that right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's amazing. What's your favorite Taylor song?
Oh, are you asking them?
Both of you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. She's prolific. I mean, she's been doing this for a long time. And if I had to, I don't know if I could name one that I think is like my favorite.
What about her off her new album? What's your favorite off her new album?
Me, I mean, Fortnite's the one that's the catchiest for me right now.
Which one?
Because it's the first one, Fortnite. And so like I'll listen to it when I'm driving, and I'll get through like 5 songs, and I'll come back into the car and I'll start it again from the top, just because, you know, today was like, you know, I moved it along. What'd they say?
They said Wildest Dreams.
Oh yeah, I love Wildest.
That's a really good song. And Lover. Oh, Lover. Is that the one that's like Lover? Wait, how's that song go? Dang, I wish you could sing it for me. How does this go? My lover. It's very like Noir-y, or you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Samir, oh, Samir can sing it.
Oh no, I'm just pulling it up. Shoot.
Come on.
I don't know how to sing Lover.
I
love her productions. I want to check her out because, you know, this Tortured Poets. I'd like you to check out that record, because that album, because like in terms of like production, and since she hit like the viral sensation mode, then, you know, my girls are all about her now, and so like I've been picking her up. I'm like, oh, I love the beats that she's singing over. Like
Yeah.
that's damn. Like I find it's like it's simple, but
Breathable. It's
it's
not
beautiful,
overproduced. Yeah.
not overproduced. It's like the song structure I really like. The instrumentations I'm all about. Um,
Yeah.
so I'd love for you to listen to that, and I'd love to see what you think about it. Because
Yeah.
in terms of like what I do, cook up back here, I'm a very creative spark kind of guy. And
Yeah.
and like if you were asking me what my favorite song is, yeah, it depends what day, what time. Like it changes. It could be a
Constantly.
reggae song. It could be
Yeah.
the country song that we're listening to. Whatever's moving me. It could be Taylor. So I kind of like flush it all through these
Yeah.
pipes, and like this week has been like, okay, the game is on. I'm organizing them all so that at least they're like presentable little hooks,
Yeah.
we consider where we want to go. And I was listening to the playlist you sent out, with like songs that you're aiming towards, and there's an array there too.
I'm
You have
loving
the
Vincent.
electronic kind of vibe, that's like
Yeah.
the poppy thing, but then you have like the really intimate guitar duet stuff, which of course I'm like loving
Yeah.
that.
I really like the intimacy of like like what is your favorite, I'm gonna segue for sort
Yeah.
of, but like what is your favorite do you have like a favorite song that's like super slept on? Like a song that, like,
Oh,
people just don't really know?
oh
You
man,
guys
probably most of my songs are like that.
are they?
Most of my favorite songs. Yeah, I haven't been like a top 40 kind of guy. Like I get it and I
Wow,
know
this
what's
is
up and I like them, and I definitely bop to them, but I definitely the indie go through the records, find what I like and just go. And a lot of
wow,
people don't know them. I
that's
mean,
amazing. Oh, they're from our friends, Arm, is it Armex Mackey? They're from Scotland. Hey
nice.
guys, cool. I've never been to Scotland. I want to
No,
go there.
no.
Oh, then okay, her slept. Well, I'm not saying they're slept on, but like she's a band called Them 33Z. Is that how you say it? Did I say it right? Have you heard of them,
No.
Samir?
Looking them up right now.
Yeah, I really love that song. This is Martina McBride made a song called when I don't know what it's called. I think it's called When God Fearing Women Get the Blues. And I just like it just floors me every time. It's
Mhm.
such a fun song. I think I played it for you. Did I play it for you once?
I don't know.
It's a great song, but I don't know why it didn't like
Pop.
it wasn't like I don't know if she released it as a single, but it's like one of my favorite songs on her.
That would be cool. Every time we show up, we raise up another song that we feel that people have slept on, and then maybe like play it or something. Because like
Yeah,
that's the good
it's a
thing.
good idea.
Turn people onto gems. Like I'm sure
I'm
most of my favorites.
thirsty for good music. Like I really need that because like we were talking about earlier, it feels like there's a lot of like noise and not a lot of music, like a lot of sound happening.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying for people to not, that's fine. It's just I'm really want something that like sparks me right now. So era,
Yeah.
or not era, but Poet Society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whatever you bring to the
Yeah.
put me on. Yeah, you too. Put me on. Yeah. So I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, I missed it. I couldn't find it. Them 3Z. What is it?
Yeah, where did that go? It's Them 33Z.
All right.
Let me see. Did you find them?
No.
Them. What's your favorite song from them? Oh yeah. Okay, so they're on SoundCloud and on YouTube. I'll check them out for sure. Thanks for putting me on, guys. What
Yeah.
time is it in Scotland?
Yeah, it's late night over there.
Is it?
They're tuning in though. Scotland's great. I'd love to make that.
Yeah, but yeah, like I love that idea. Definitely.
Ask them if they play the Aeolian pipes. I think it's a Scottish thing. It's like a
Aeolian pipes.
Aeolian pipes.
Oh, it's 8:30 at night. 8:30. So is that 8:30? Yeah.
Anyway, it's like a bagpipe cousin, and I think it comes out of Scotland. And there's this great song, oh man, that has I had to look it up. It was like a solo, and it was this instrument. I was like, what instrument is this? And because I loved it, and it was a newly invite from Scotland, and I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest. I'll share that song with you.
Yeah, that's
track.
really interesting. I don't know if I know any bands that are Scott. I'm sure there are some. I just can't think of it.
Yeah, Ireland. A lot of bands coming out of Ireland. You know.
Yeah. I heard that. Yeah, I'm thirsty for new music. So sure.
Yeah, and on the new music tip, I'm happy, Victoria, that I've heard that, you know, because we hail from a certain time of music where, that the guitars are coming back, songwriting is coming back, which is great. So I'm like super charged and ready to dive into that.
I know. I'm really excited about for most of my life, my main focus was I just focused on vocals and like that part of the song. But obviously there's so much more to the songs than just that. Right. And so like getting involved in the production part and like finding the sounds that I like is sort of a relatively new adventure for me. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because being able to, it's hard to master every aspect of music. I mean, it really does take.
And that one specifically is like.
That's his own career.
Yeah.
That's his own career.
Yeah, put that into.
They want me to sing for that. What do you want me to sing?
Yeah, let's close it out with the song from Victoria, and then we'll come back on.
Warm up.
Get them back next week. Go ahead, Victoria. Sing us a song, and everybody, it's Victoria's birthday yesterday, so let's give her a lot of love today. This month, celebrate her. And,
you guys.
Will you grace us with a song to close us out today?
Sure. What should I sing? Maybe I'll just sing like a little part. Should I sing one of my songs or any song?
Yes, shoot one of yours. We have someone here requesting A Better Tomorrow, saying they love that one.
Okay, I'll sing A Better Tomorrow. I'll just start from like the bridge. Okay. All right. We share this place. We all belong. Light the way till dark is gone. Walking away still means you're strong. Rise above. Hope isn't gone. Oh, we have to restore this planet's soul. Teach us something more than what we know. Give it water, give it sun, room to grow. I can see a better tomorrow. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, love it. Love it. And
thank you. You're so sweet. I was just, like I said, we hit bad notes sometimes. If I'm not like emotionally ready, I'm like, how do you sing? I forget. Thank you. She said, oh my God, slay.
Man, I wish we didn't lag, time didn't exist, so we could perform live like
I know. We gotta figure that out.
Yeah,
there's a way.
We'll just have to, get live again.
Yeah. We'll just get actually live.
Live, yeah, get back to LA.
For sure.
So listen, much love everyone. Thank you for chiming in. We love being here every week and seeing you all and answering your questions and wish you a great happy Victoria birthday week. And we'll see you same time next Friday.
See you next Friday. Thank you. Bye. Thanks, guys. It was so nice talking to you. Shoot me a DM. We'll chat. We'll stay in touch. Bye, you guys.